And the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir all gear up for the third and final phase of voting for Assembly elections scheduled for October 1st. Voting for the third and final phase covering 40 Assembly segments across 7 districts, Jammu, Udhampur, Samba and Kathua in the Jammu region and Baramulla, Bandipora and Kupwara in North Kashmir to be held on Tuesday. The electoral fate of 415 candidates are in stake for this phase of voting. The voter turnout was robust in the earlier phases with 61.38% participation recorded in the first phase on September 18 and 57.31% in the second phase on September 26. The results set to be announced on October 8. All right, we'll go across to Srinagar. DD the Bindu Mondal is joining us live from there. The Bindu, J&K all set for the third phase of the Assembly elections. Tell us about the security arrangements. How's the buzz a day ahead of the last phase?
Well, good morning, Abhishek. That's right. Just a few, in fact, the last moment preparations are underway here to conduct the smooth, free and fair elections here in Jammu and Kashmir's last phase of election. There are about 40 seats that are going to polls in this particular phase, which the majority of which will be in Jammu region, and certain seats in the North Kashmir region is going to polls in this particular phase of election. Remember, this is the first time Assembly elections is being held in Jammu and Kashmir after the abrogation of Article 370. So, of course, heavy security arrangements are being put in place by the Election Commission as well as the security apparatus here in Jammu and Kashmir. The multiple paramilitary forces have been mobilized and moved into different parts and different polling booths of this particular region where election is going to be held tomorrow. So, of course, the last minute preparations, the polling parties will be sent to their respective polling stations by this afternoon and latest by this evening. So, of course, polling parties will be, in fact, have already gathered to collect their polling materials in different parts of the city where the arrangements are being made for all the polling parties. So, of course, and moreover, Abhishek, the people of Jammu and Kashmir are excited to cast their vote in this particular, in fact, the last phase of election. 2 phases have already been done, and the last phase is going to be held tomorrow. People have already voted. They're excited to elect their new governments. Of course, security is being tightened in every polling booth that will go to polls tomorrow. So, of course, including the CRPF, the CISF, the army, the local police, all have been mobilized to different parts of the state. Remember, this is a hilly terrain. So, the polling parties were being moved over the last 2 to 3 days. We have witnessed some movement of these polling parties in different parts of North Kashmir, where the elections are going to be held tomorrow. Abhishek.
Bindu, also, counting will be held on October 8th, and the state has thrown hung verdicts in the last 3 polls, if you see. But the million-dollar question in everyone's mind is whether any party or alliance will cross the halfway mark, or will voters again give a fractured mandate?
Well, Abhishek, that's right. That's the question in every Kashmiri's mind here in Srinagar, as well as to different parts of North Kashmir where I have been traveling. Given the fact that in the last 2 elections we've seen a fragmented mandate, but even in this particular election, it seems that there could be a chance where the similar mandate comes out on the 8th of October when the counting is held. Given the fact that there are multiple parties that are contesting, but this time around the National Conference, which is the Omar Abdullah's and Farooq Abdullah's National Conference, is in alliance with the Congress as well as the CPIM and the smaller regional parties here in Jammu and Kashmir. So, of course, the NC clearly thinks that they are going to come to power, but the Jammu region will play a very crucial role where the BJP has an upper hand. So, what numbers do come up on the 8th is, of course, we'll have to wait till the results are out. But it is still not clear that who is going to form the government. The people are having given their mandate in the last 2 phases and will be giving their mandate tomorrow. It is yet not certain that who could take the share of the largest share of the pie when it comes to the assembly seats here in Jammu and Kashmir. But of course, it's an interesting contest. There are multiple parties, one with a higher position here in Kashmir, and the other, clearly thinking that they could bag the maximum number of seats in the Jammu region. While the PDP is also thinking that they could garner a significant number of seats and perhaps turn out to be the kingmaker. But of course, it is the people that will be giving their mandate tomorrow, like they have done in the last two phases. And it will be interesting to watch on the 8th who comes out as the winner from this very, very crucial election in the state of Jammu and Kashmir.
Absolutely, Dibyendu. The contest, like you said, will be interesting and we'll get to know on October 8th. But out of total over 900 candidates in the fray overall for the elections, more than 40% are contesting as independents. You think they'll also play a key role?
Well, Abhishek, there are many seats where the independents could play a key role. But of course, the people here, the voters, in fact, have become smart. They think that the independent candidates would not be able to bring much to the table. What they want here is a clear mandate, is a mandate for a government that could perhaps work for them, bring in investment, development, employment. So, of course, what I personally think, talking to people and going around different parts of, the North Kashmir region, which is going to polls tomorrow, there could be, the people have already made up their mind that they are going to choose a particular party, and independents perhaps would not be able to hold much sway, but they could perhaps, be the reason where some of the vote swings happen from one party to the other. But I personally don't think that there will be any major significant, number of independents winning this time around from Jammu and Kashmir.
And you have been speaking with the people of Kashmir. You are in Srinagar now. You were in Gulmarg before. What are they saying? What do they want from the government?
Well, Abhishek, it's very simple. The people, what they're looking for is peace, stability, development, employment, and investment. These are the 5 key words that I have picked up from people, talking to people here in Kashmir. They think that they have left the past behind and they want to move towards, development, towards coming and assimilating into the mainstream and becoming a part of the development goal that the government has set up since 2019 after the abrogation of Article 370. So, of course, they want to walk along the path of the government. They want to walk along the path and hold the hand of the government to support them in the development of Kashmir, because the youth feels that this is what is needed in this region rather than, petty politicking and serving the vested interests of certain political groups here in the valley. So, of course, the people, it is interesting, Abhishek, to note that the youths of Jammu and Kashmir have, have been only talking about development and employment and investment, because that is how they can secure their future and the future of their kids or for that matter, their family in the valley of Jammu and Kashmir, and they want to leave the past behind. So, of course, these are the 5 key things, as I said, Abhishek, that I've picked up after talking to people here in Jammu and Kashmir.
All right, Dibyendu, we'll leave it at that. Thank you for your inputs.